if you're happy with the status quo of your body-mind, given the MD medical advice and medical treatments that you have received so far, then God bless you and have a good life. But if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you are sick and tired of giving the pharmaceutical industry all of your money and having the medical doctors deliver to you old-fashioned, outdated, juvenile medical treatments, the intention of which was never to cure your condition, if you've had it with their insanity, then you have come to exactly the right place. You know, dictatorships are not passive, but they are aggressive. Dictatorships are oppositionally defiant. Political dictatorships tell the populace, tell the population, tell the community members what to read, what to think, what to do. They control every aspect of society. Dictatorships control every aspect of society. If you're in Cuba, you don't have access to the internet. You don't have access to world news. Everything is controlled. Education is controlled. Medicine is controlled. Everything is controlled inside of a dictatorship. Interestingly enough, from the proper perspective, everything makes sense. Your medical doctor, your MD, is trained in a system of medicine which is referred to as allopathic medicine. Allopathic medicine is based on a reductionistic medical philosophy, a reductionistic scientific philosophy, which attempts, like political dictatorships, to overpower and control the operations of the human body, and this is why their therapeutics fail. Everybody thinks, oh, it's because they're using synthetic man-made drugs. Well, no, it's not. It's not the gun, it's how it's used. It's not the drug, it's how it's used. You can use drugs to help the body. You can use drugs to support the body, or you can use drugs to tear down the body. You can do the same thing with vitamins and herbs and holistic therapeutics. It's not the therapeutic, it's how it is employed. It is the intention. What is the goal that you are trying to achieve? Well, your medical doctor, because they were brought up inside of allopathic medical philosophy. Remember, they're not trained in medicine, they are trained in allopathic medicine. Your medical doctor, because they were brought up inside of allopathic medical philosophy, believes that the human body is a bag of biochemicals waiting to break, and when it does break, it's the doctor's job not to cure the condition, but to manage the condition. They do not believe that the human body has the ability to fix itself, and their treatments are designed not to support the body's ability to optimize its structure and function, because they believe that that is a fiction. Their therapeutics are designed to control, aggressively control, to usurp, to exert a hostile takeover of the metabolism of your body, forcing it this way or that way, as the scientist attempts to manipulate the machinations of the human body. Now, this is a fool's errand most of the time, because the human body, of course, is a complex system of integrated parts. And when into this complex system of millions of gears, millions of metabolic reactions, all of which are informed by a vital intelligence running the show, there is an intelligence inside your body which is running the show. It is delivered unto your body by the spiritual presence which is inside your body. Whatever it is that brings light to your eyes, whatever it is that leaves the body at the moment of death, is running the show. But the medical doctor also believes that this is a fiction. The medical doctor believes that consciousness itself is a function of biochemistry. There's no such thing as a spirit. There's no such thing as a vital force. There's no such thing as God. Interestingly enough, many medical doctors are religious people, This is entirely hypocritical on their part. It's very much tantamount to being a communist while you are at work, but a Democrat when you are at home. It's completely hypocritical, but I digress. So, your medical doctor attempts not to assist the body, but to dictate terms to the body, to control the body, to usurp what's going on inside the body towards the end of the scientist. Your medical doctor believes that they are smarter than nature, smarter than God. Your medical doctor does not even believe in God. Not when they're at work, they don't. So when you have asthma, do they attempt to discover why your breathing became difficult? Do they attempt to discover why your lungs became negatively affected? No. They have no concern whatsoever with what causes the asthmatic condition. So what do? They deliver bronchodilators, pharmaceutical agents which force the lungs to expand. Over time, of course, these bronchodilators lose their effectiveness because they are not getting to the root cause of the problem, and they also generate side effects. Why do they generate side effects? Because when into a complex system of gears, you throw a chain, you manipulate one of these gears over here, you make it go 10 times faster than it's supposed to go, that's going to have a ripple effect in other parts of the body. It has to happen. Side effects must happen. And also because we are of the opinion that all chronic disease is directly related to nutrient deficiencies. When you take a drug into your body, it works by upregulating the metabolism of your body this way or that way, which burns through your nutrient reserves. So you were deficient in nutrients in the first place. That's why you became asthmatic, especially omega-3 essential fatty acids, which we believe is at the root of the asthmatic condition, a deficiency in omega-3 essential fatty acids, and the consistent consumption of foods that are high in omega-6, consistent consumption of foods that are pro-inflammatory to the body. So when you are deficient to begin with, and then you take a bronchodilator, in this case for asthma, that drives the deficiencies more, because the drugs work by burning through your nutrients. That's how they work. You step on the gas pedal in your car, you burn through the engine oil, you burn through the transmission fluid, you burn through the gasoline, right? Same thing happens with the body. But the pharmaceutical industry, of course, does not put nutrients in with the drugs, because if they did, you would need less drugs. Interesting, isn't it? You think they don't know the relationship between pharmaceuticals and nutrients inside the human body? Of course they do. But when they withhold them from you and just give you the drug, you're going to become dependent on the drug and need the drug more and more. And furthermore, we're missing the point here. I'm digressing. In the case of asthma, in the case of arthritis, in the case of high blood pressure, in the case of arthritis, in the case of all chronic diseases, the medical doctor's training is to overpower the workings of the human body, overpower it. So we give anti-inflammatories, we give antidepressants, we give antihypertensives, we give anti-this and anti-that. The intention here is not to cure the body. It is to exert a hostile takeover of the metabolism of the body, forcing it in the way that the doctor wants it to go, which is never curative. It is never curative. Your medical doctor does not cure chronic disease. Of all the thousands of prescription medications that there are, the only thing that your medical doctor cures is infections, and they're getting worse and worse at being able to do that. So, by aligning themselves with the philosophy of allopathic reductionism, which is oppositionally defiant, which believes that the doctor is smarter than man, the doctor is smarter than nature. Consciousness itself is a function of biochemistry, and that it's lights out, game over when you die. That's it. It's all over. Because your medical doctor is brought up inside of this philosophy, and because they're intellectual cowards, and because if they go outside of their treatment box legally, they're going to be hammered by their colleagues. They're going to lose their license. Everybody toes the line. So rather than attempt to cure the condition, they simply are okay with managing it. It's good for them, it's good for the drug companies, but not so good for the patient. And this is why, while we have been under their care, this is why, while the MDs have monopolized the medical marketplace since the early 1920s here in the United States and all around the world, chronic diseases are getting worse. Autism has skyrocketed. Alzheimer's has skyrocketed. Obesity has skyrocketed. Life expectancy is getting shorter, not longer. Leading cause of death in the United States, MD-directed medical treatment. The list goes on and on. No cure for cancer, no cure for heart disease, no cure for anything whatsoever except maybe occasionally pneumonia, unless, of course, you're Glenn Fry, and you die. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing that you can do when you are up against a health condition is fire your medical doctor, because their therapeutics are not intended to cure your condition. And how are their treatments working for you so far? Ask yourself the question, how do I feel? Well, I've given myself over to the thought forms of the MD. Not very good, I would suspect. Phone calls next. Stick around.
Why be held hostage by your wireless carrier for 2 years? What if you had no contract, no activation fees, no hidden costs, tracking, tracing, harvesting customer data, or draconian gimmicks, all on the nation's best 4G LTE network? Introducing Pix Wireless. Bring your phone and other qualifying devices to Pix and choose a plan starting at only $14 a month. Get connected now. Call or click 1-866-267-2056 or pixwireless.com. Spelled P-I-X, wireless.com. Pick Pix and get connected today.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
A couple more things here before we go to Maria in Ohio. You know, when you do something all of the time and 100,000, 400,000 of your colleagues do the same thing all of the time, it becomes enmeshed into the consciousness of the society, right? It becomes reality by consensus. It becomes reality by consensus, and everybody just doesn't question it and goes along for the ride. This is how cultural myths are able to persist, right? Years ago was childhood labor is a valid economic necessity and women aren't smart enough to vote. The earth is flat. Blacks aren't humans, they're animals, and that's why we justify slavery and so forth and so on. All of these things, when we look back on them, are nonsense. Well, we are in the middle of a medical cultural myth right now that the MD is God, knows what's best for us, and we all need to shut up and do what the medical doctor tells us and, damn the torpedoes. So remember I talked about in the first segment the intention of the therapeutic is not to cure the condition. The intention of the therapeutic is to exert a hostile takeover on the system of the human body, right? The system of the human body. Well, you're going to have side effects when you do that because that's just the nature of the game. When you try to overpower and control and force something to happen on the human body, it's going to have a side effect. Lipitor side effects. Thrombocytopenia, leukopenia. Nervous system side effects, headache, weakness, polyneuropathy. Dizziness, drowsiness, fatigue, cranial nerve dysfunction, tremor, vertigo, memory loss, decline in cognitive function, paresthesia, peripheral neuropathy, peripheral nerve palsy, endocrine side effects, gynecomastia, that means you grow breasts if you're a man, thyroid dysfunction, psychiatric effects, psychiatric side effects reported after the use of statin drugs, cognitive impairment, memory loss, forgetfulness, amnesia, memory impairment, confusion, and also violent outbursts. That's just with statin drugs. Lunesta, dryness of mouth, heartburn, impaired vision, increased appetite, indigestion, loss of appetite, stomach upset, difficulty speaking, constipation, decreased muscle tone, weight loss, agitation, chills, fast, irregular, or pounding heartbeat, feeling of heaviness in the arms and legs, increase in the amount of saliva, increased sweating, tingling, burning, or prickling sensation, trembling and shaking of the fingers, hands, arms, feet, legs, abdominal stomach, cramps or pain, nausea, vomiting, more difficulty in sleeping before the treatment when you stop taking the drug. Oh, yeah, that's great. I'll take 2. I'll take 2 Lunesta, Alex, please, for 100. Methotrexate, which is the rheumatologist's love drug of choice. Bleeding of the stomach or intestines, severe. Canker sore, severe. Decreased platelets, severe. Decreased white blood cells, severe. Holes in the intestinal tract, severe. Infection caused by bacteria, severe. Inflammation of the gums and mouth, severe. Oh yeah, let's take some of that. No problemo. They're rolling out methotrexate like it's candy now, and everybody's taking it because nobody knows what questions to ask. Doctor, is this treatment intended to cure my rheumatoid arthritis? Is this treatment intended to cure my insomnia? Please show me the research that says that high cholesterol is bad for me, because there's tons of research that show that high cholesterol is good for me. And can you please answer me the question, riddle me this, Mr. MD? Why, after 40 years of statin drugs, fat-free diets, and exercise, has heart disease rates unchanged? If cholesterol is the Antichrist, Why is the rate of heart disease the same as it always has been? You're good at keeping people alive after they get heart attacks. That's what you've been good at. That's where there's been progress. But there has been no progress in stopping people from getting heart conditions in the first place. Nobody asks these questions because everybody is afraid of their medical doctor. Everybody thinks that the medical doctor's you-know-what doesn't stink. Everybody thinks that the MD holds the secret decoder ring to all things medical. And that everybody but an MD is a back-of-the-bus quack. This is bad thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been played by 100 years of pharmaceutical propaganda and MD monopolization of the medical marketplace. Again, ask yourself, since I've been paying my medical insurance premiums and taking the advice of my MD, how do I feel? How's my health? How's my family's health? And what can I expect for the future? Stick around. Let's go to Maria in Ohio and see what's cracking. Hey, Maria, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, Doc.
What's going on, Maria?
Well, I posted a question during last week's Monday night show regarding my blood work having elevated calcium levels.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and they wanted to refer me to an endocrinologist because they thought I had a tumor because it was hyper, and they wanted to have my glands my parathyroid glands removed.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of alluding to in the first segment of the show, right? So when they see something going wrong, their idea is just yank stuff out and, exert force to it. So, yeah, and I explained that when you have elevated levels of calcium in the blood, that's a direct clinical indicator that your nutritional amount of calcium is low. Because the body needs calcium for a million different things. And if there's not enough calcium in the food that you're eating, the body will increase the production of parathormone from the parathyroid glands in order to rob calcium from your bones. So it does this, and then you have your blood work done, and the calcium is elevated. Why is the calcium elevated? Because the parathyroid glands are stimulated. Why are the parathyroid glands stimulated? Because you don't have enough calcium in your food. Exactly. Now, the medical doctors, right, they don't understand this. And so the recommendation here is to take more calcium, more nutritional calcium, and the numbers will come down.
Okay. Now, I've been taking the 3 ounces of the Ultimate Osteo.
Yeah.
But I find that it's giving me loose stool and my stomach's really roaring, especially when I go to bed at night. I'm taking 2 ounces right before bedtime with a little orange juice, and then in the morning, 1 ounce.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing that, Maria? How many weeks or months?
I've been doing it for a little over a week. I switched over. You had me switch over from the Cal-Toddy to this.
And when you were taking the Cal-Toddy, how much of the Cal-Toddy were you taking?
I was just taking 1 ounce at bedtime.
Oh, okay. And how much do you weigh?
130.
Okay. So, and since you've increased the dose, your digestive tract is a little funky and it's not happy, right?
Right. And I was just wondering if that'll go away or if I have to ease into this amount or... Yeah,
excellent question. So the idea here, remember, the basic understanding of what's happening here is we need to do 2 things. We need to take the right stuff into the body in the right amounts, but we also need to absorb it efficiently. So just because you're taking adequate amounts of nutritional supplements, or drugs for that matter, does not mean that your body is going to absorb them. That's why Michael Jackson, before he died, he had to get pain meds injected into his body because when he swallowed pain meds, he couldn't absorb them. Why couldn't he absorb them? Because his gastrointestinal tract was wiped out. Why was his gastrointestinal tract wiped out? Because he was eating whole grains and whole grains and whole grains and whole grains, and they were destroying his gut, leading to chronic nutrient deficiencies, and then it made it hard for him to absorb anything, even drugs. So the absorption issue is key here, and when anybody takes nutritional supplements, in the right amounts, given their health conditions, and diarrhea is a side effect, that's a drop-dead indicator that your body's ability to absorb things has been compromised, right? So there are number of solutions here moving forward. Number one, you must stop eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats. I'm assuming you've done that.
Yes.
Okay, great. So the longer that you go without eating that stuff, the better your digestive tract will be in its ability to digest and absorb things. But that's a slow boat. That's going to take months, maybe years for you to come back and be able to absorb things more efficiently. In the meantime, what you can do is this. So the recommendation here for you, because of the hyperparathyroid situation, is at your body weight would be 3 ounces of the liquid calcium a day.
Okay.
So here's how I would do that. 1 tablespoon is a half an ounce. Okay. So I want you to do 1 tablespoon of the liquid calcium 6 times a day. 1 tablespoon. Well, actually, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do 1 tablespoon of the liquid calcium 4 times a day. And then I want you to do 1 ounce of the liquid calcium immediately before bed. 1 ounce of the liquid calcium immediately before bed. I want you to pop it down from 2 ounces that you're doing now to 1 ounce immediately before bed. And then throughout the day, I'd like you to do a half an ounce 4 times. And it's a pain in the neck, but I think you got to spread those out, right? If you spread those out, that should amend the situation. Another thing that you can do to kind of help your digestive tract along is for 4 weeks in a row, add the Oxybody Cherry Berry into your program. Take 1 ounce a day of the Oxybody Cherry Berry, and that should assist the GI tract in being able to bounce back faster and better and stronger. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome so much. I appreciate the phone call. Give me a call back in a couple of weeks with a report, and I will look forward to it. Jeffrey Bowman in Louisiana. We're going to Louisiana. Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for the phone call. What's up?
Good morning, Doctor. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks so much.
I got a couple of things for you.
Very good.
I've been on the Tangy Tangerine for, let's see, what day is it? The 26th? For 26 days now.
Good man.
One thing I've noticed is Dr. Wallet talks about a horse that is mineral deficient will eat the stall trying to find minerals in the woods. And I think that's what I was like before, just snacking all day long. And I seem to be, since taking the tangerine, I've been more satisfied with smaller meals and not have to snack between meals.
You gotta love that, right?
Liquid calcium in with the tangy tangerine, and it tastes just like a smoothie. It's just delicious. I gulp it down. It's fantastic.
Well, that's really great. Tell me what that recipe is.
I've got your Healthy Start Pack with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the liquid calcium in the bottle.
Yep.
And I pour my liquid calcium in with the tangy tangerine. It tastes just like a smoothie.
So is it 1 ounce of the liquid calcium and 2 scoops of the tangy?
Yes.
And how much water do you put that in?
I've got one of my water bottles, about 30 ounces, but it's
all right, great.
Just sweet enough I can gulp it down and go about my way, and I'm happy for hours.
That's excellent, Jeffrey. Well, I'm happy for you. How long have you been doing this?
26 days since the first of the year. I got the
good man
start pack for Christmas for myself, and then
excellent
starting on the 1st.
So you're experiencing a reduction in cravings for food, right? Have you experienced anything else?
I have more energy. I was just kind of down and depressed all the time and no energy. And it just seems like I have a little bit more drive to want to get some stuff done around here now.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, that's an interesting thing to talk about because that lack of energy is the leading reason that people visit a medical doctor. I mean, more people go to see medical doctors for lack of energy than they do for heart disease, for arthritis, for heartburn, for insomnia. Lack of energy is rampant all around the world, not just in the United States, and people don't have a lack of energy not because they have a bad gene, but because they have a bad doctor. Right? Their medical doctor doesn't know nothing about medical nutrition, and medical nutrition is the reason we need medical nutrition in order to help with energy The body's just like a car in this regard. You need the right stuff. And the spark plugs have to be good. The oil has to be good. The transmission fluid has to be good. The gasoline has to be good. It all has to be good. And that's what medical nutrition provides the body. So almost 100% of the time, if people are experiencing lack of energy, you take the 90 essential nutrients, and within 2-3 weeks, bada bing, bada boom, it's remarkably better. Now,
well, it's only been 26 days. I haven't discovered any new planets or countries or theories of relativity or anything like that. But
well, that's coming, Jeffrey. That's all. That's all coming.
The feeling on the inside.
So, how can I help? Is there a question about taking too many vitamins in here somewhere?
Yes, my mom is under the theory. I guess she's heard a old wives' tale rumor that you can have too many vitamins and minerals and nutrients and get vitamin poisoning.
Oh, that's a really great thing to talk about. Yeah, some myths die hard, right? And this is one of them.
The tangy tangerine has levels way beyond 100%.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So let's talk about that, man. That's a really, really great point. So first of all, the recommended daily allowances for vitamins were developed years ago, I believe, right around World War II, on a population of naval sailors who were all in their late teens and early 20s. And the way that the numbers were generated was really kind of juvenile, old-fashioned, and completely, well, not completely unscientific, but it just wasn't good science. It wasn't good science. They were just trying to get themselves into the ballpark. So the RDAs are incorrect, and they all need to be revisited. And the RDAs, remember, were, when they were come up with, the intention there was to see the minimal amounts of stuff that the body needs in order to function. This was not intended to figure out how to optimize the structure and function of the human body. It was kind of like, what are the minimal amounts that we need to deliver to people just to make them get through the day? And of course, they didn't do any or hardly any research with the majority of the essential nutrients that the human body needs, which is the minerals. They just did a handful of minerals. But the science behind that, the science that informed the RDAs, is archaic. That whole thing needs to be revisited. And there is something in science, especially in pharmacology, called the LDA, which is the lethal dose amount. Everything has an LDA, or the LD50. It's the amount of anything that you need to take into your body, which will kill 50% of the people who take it, right? So water has an LD50, Lipitor has an LD50, alcohol has an LD50, everything has an LD50. And the lethal dose of vitamins is extreme. I calculated the lethal dose of calcium in the longevity supplement. I did this a long time ago, and don't quote me on this, but in order for someone to hurt themselves with Longevity's liquid calcium, they would need to swallow upwards of 40 bottles a day, right? 40 bottles a day of that stuff. Last year in the United States, nobody died from nutritional supplements. There were no deaths from nutritional supplements. 760,000 people died from MD-directed medical treatments. So when you compare these two things, there is, in fact, no comparison. And another thing that's often overlooked here is, remember, the body has intelligence. And when it comes to nutritional supplements, if you even get close to overdoing it with a nutritional supplement, your body will let you know. So you get signs and symptoms of an overdose way before that reaches kind of like a terminal point. So the long story short is, if you want to be concerned about something and worried about something, then we need to be real. You should be worried about taking drugs. You should be worried about following the advice of your medical doctor. But when it comes to nutritional supplements, no harm, no foul. You would be hard-pressed to hurt yourself taking nutritional supplements, and your body's going to let you know well in advance that things are wrong. I appreciate your kind words, Jeffrey. Stick around, folks. Let's finish up the show with Elisa in Texas. Hello, Elisa. Thanks for calling. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I have a 70-year-old woman that has a stomach cancer, and she's bleeding in the stomach, and she has a blood clot in her lungs. What can I do?
Well, you can get down on your knees and pray, and you can write a nasty letter to the medical board, because while she has been under the care of the MDs, she got cancer. And I don't understand why nobody holds these people's feet to the fire. When we get sick, when we're on their watch, we give them a pass. It's crazy to me why we do this. It's the medical doctor's fault that these illnesses are not getting better, they're getting worse. Cancer is a very tricky thing to treat with any type of medicine. Conventional medicine doesn't work for cancer treatment, most types of cancer. So there's not a lot that we can do here. Blood clots in the lungs. When I'm treating blood clots in the lungs in my private practice, I give extra essential fatty acids, omega-3 essential fatty acids, and an extract from an earthworm, actually, called nattokinase. So to help the lungs here, what I would give is the Healthy Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One Healthy Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals. 2 bottles of EFA Plus. 2 bottles of EFA Plus. And 1 bottle of Nightly Essence. 1 bottle of Nightly Essence. She has to stop eating the 12 bad foods. She has to stop eating the 12 bad foods. And sometimes when we increase calcium in the body, it will stop bleeding. You could also advise her to mix about a teaspoon, a level teaspoon of cinnamon in some warm water, a level teaspoon of cinnamon in some warm water. That's going to be hard to get that to mix in because it floats on the top of the water. And drink that 3 times a day. Sometimes when you have internal bleeding, cinnamon will help to stem that tide, as will cancer, as will the calcium supplementation, because calcium is necessary for the clotting cascade in the human body. But this is tricky, Alyssa. This is tricky because cancer is a big bad voodoo daddy, and it is a million times easier to prevent cancer than it is to treat cancer. And the people that are involved in progressive cancer treatment around the world are few and far between. They get hammered by the Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Trade Commission all of the time. There is a conspiracy here, not only in the United States, but also around the world, to keep the doctors that prescribe ineffective chemotherapy on the top of the heap and to put everybody else underneath the heap. And this is a problem. There was a doctor in New York City, an MD, Nick Gonzalez. He was murdered a couple months ago. Don't know if it had anything to do with his treatment strategies, but he was rolling out a treatment for cancer that was very effective based on the theory that cancer is a false placenta. Isn't that interesting? You want to do a little research, do a Google search for false placenta cancer theory, see what comes up. Long story short, the only people that are treating cancer are the people that are rolling out unbelievably expensive and ineffective chemo. Everybody else has to fend for themselves. Thanks for tuning in and turning on, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of time. Go to the website, glidden.healthcare. Inform yourself. Join the revolution. I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Glidden. Until next time, live long and prosper.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Hey guys, Pat Matthews here to tell you all about the newest and best way to sell your products online. It's buysellmakeoffer.com, a brand new site to sell your stuff online. Your old golf clubs, sports equipment, tools, and yes, even your car. Forget about the other guys. Buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge you item fees. Go to the website now and sign up so that you can soon load all your stuff up to sell. This is not an auction site. Just use our resources along with Skype and videos to sell your items quickly and with no fees. Go right now to user-friendly buysellmakeoffer.com, where the first 30 days are on us.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallets, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or call 800-544-3533.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or call 800-544-3533.
Why be held hostage by your wireless carrier for 2 years? What if you had no contract, no activation fees, no hidden costs, tracking, tracing, harvesting customer data, or draconian gimmicks, all on the nation's best 4G LTE network? Introducing Pix Wireless. Bring your phone and other qualifying devices to Pix and choose a plan starting at only $14 a month. Get connected now. Call or click 1-866-267-2056 or PixWireless.com. Spelled P-I-X, wireless.com. Pick Pix and get connected today.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
This is David Cordani, CEO of Cigna. For more than 20 years, Cigna has worked with the March of Dimes to address premature births in the U.S. Premature births cause horrible suffering and cost billions of dollars each year. That's why Cigna is committed to raising funds and awareness through our employees, family, and friends to improve the health of moms and babies. Please join us in supporting the March for Babies. Start your team today at marchforbabies.org.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.